Luke Skywalker adjusted his seatbelt. It wasn't every day you found yourself crammed into a spaceship with a plumber, a wizard, a blocky miner, and a rogue stormtrooper. Yet here they were, Luke, still getting used to his cybernetic hand, gripped the controls of the X-Wing. Beside him sat Minecraft Steve, silently munching on a golden apple. In the back, Mario and Harry Potter were arguing over the radio station, while Bob, the stormtrooper, pretended to ignore them. Their mission: catch the elusive Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, the galaxy's most notorious philanthropist turned criminal, had stolen the legendary Golden Wrench. This artifact could rewrite reality itself. He was using it to spread chaos. It was up to this ragtag crew to stop him. Their journey had already taken them across nebulae and black holes. Now they were on their way to the last known location of Mr. Beast, a luxurious space station known as Hotel Galaxy. The X-Wing hummed as it exited hyperspace. Before them spun a gigantic structure. It resembled a shimmering golden hotel, complete with rotating restaurants and swimming pools filled with what looked like liquid stardust. "This is it," Luke announced, his voice tense. "Get ready. Things are about to get interesting." The X-Wing docked with a hiss. The team disembarked, cautiously entering the opulent lobby. Giant space slugs basked in the artificial sunlight, sipping cosmic cocktails. A group of gambling Wookiees roared in frustration at a holographic roulette table. The air buzzed with a strange energy. "I have a bad feeling about this," Luke muttered, igniting his green lightsaber. Suddenly a figure materialized from the shadows. He was tall and cloaked, his face obscured by a hood. "Greetings," the figure rasped. "I am Adam. I too seek Mr. Beast. He has something that belongs to me." Adam's hand twitched, and for a split second Luke thought he saw a flash of red beneath the cloak. "Join forces with me," Adam urged. "Together we can defeat him." Despite their suspicions, the group agreed. They needed all the help they could get. Adam led them through a maze of corridors, past bizarre alien patrons and shimmering gambling dens. Finally, they reached a door marked Mr. Beast's suite. As Luke reached for the handle, Adam placed a hand on his shoulder. "Be careful," he warned. "Mr. Beast is cunning and dangerous. He surrounds himself with traps and loyal followers." Mr. Beast wasn't in his suite. Instead, they found a clue. A crumpled receipt for a cosmic gas station on the outskirts of the Andromeda Galaxy. "Looks like we're taking a detour," Harry said, rolling his eyes. The trip to the gas station was uneventful except for a minor incident involving Mario, a plate of space spaghetti, and a very angry three-headed chef. They arrived at the desolate station to find it swarming with Mr. Beast's minions, grunting piglins armed with diamond swords, and Koopa troopers, their shells gleaming under the dim lights. A fierce battle ensued. Luke deflected blaster fire with his lightsaber, while Steve constructed a series of elaborate traps using his trusty pickaxe. Mario, fueled by power-ups, bounced off enemies like a hyperactive pinball. Harry disarmed foes with well-aimed spells. Bob, surprisingly nimble for a stormtrooper, provided cover fire with his blaster rifle. They fought bravely, but they were outnumbered. Just as they began to tire, Adam unleashed a wave of energy that sent the remaining minions flying. "There's a shortcut through this asteroid field," Adam shouted over the din, pointing towards a treacherous-looking cluster of space rocks. "It'll lead us straight to Mr. Beast." Trusting their new ally, Luke steered the X-Wing into the asteroid field. He couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. The asteroid field spat them out onto a planet that shimmered with an otherworldly light. Gold and diamonds littered the surface, reflecting the twin suns in a dazzling display. "Whoa!" Steve breathed, his eyes wide with wonder. This planet was even richer in resources than his Minecraft world, but their awe was short-lived. As soon as they landed, Adam turned on them, his cloak falling back to reveal a familiar set of red armor. "It's a trap!" Luke shouted, igniting his lightsaber. Adam, or rather the imposter they now recognized as Darth Vader, raised his hand. "Foolish rebels!" he boomed, his voice filled with menace. "You have led me directly to the Golden Wrench. Now hand it over, and perhaps I will spare your insignificant lives." The ground beneath their feet began to rumble. From the sky rained down a legion of stormtroopers led by a sneering Mr. Beast. The heroes fought bravely, but they were outmatched. Vader deflected Luke's lightsaber strikes with ease. Mr. Beast, wielding the Golden Wrench, warped the environment around them, creating chasms and summoning meteors. In the chaos, Bob was struck down by a stray blaster bolt. "Bob!" Luke cried out, desperately trying to reach his fallen comrade, but it was too late. Seeing their chance, Mr. Beast and Darth Vader made their escape in Mr. Beast's ship, leaving the heroes to their fate. "We have to get out of here!" Harry shouted, conjuring a shield to protect them from the falling debris. Luke, heartbroken over Bob's death, scooped up his friend's body and sprinted towards the X-Wing. Steve, using his incredible strength, held off the remaining stormtroopers, buying them time to escape. They blasted off into space, leaving the glittering, treacherous planet behind. Inside the X-Wing, a somber silence fell. The weight of their defeat hung heavy in the air. "He's gone," Luke whispered, looking down at Bob's lifeless body. "Vader took him from us." Suddenly, Harry gasped. "Wait," he said, his eyes widening. "I recognize this energy signature. Bob's not entirely gone." Harry explained that Bob's soul was tethered to the mortal realm by an ancient enchantment placed upon all stormtroopers. With a combination of magic and technology, they might be able to bring him back. Working feverishly, they used the X-Wing's medical supplies and Harry's magical knowledge to perform the ritual. A tense silence followed. Then, with a gasp, Bob's eyes flickered open. "Did we win?" he croaked, his voice raspy. Their victory was short-lived. The Golden Wrench had given Mr. Beast the power to control the very fabric of reality. He was warping time and space, causing widespread chaos throughout the galaxy. They needed to stop him, and soon, but they were severely outmatched. They needed an edge, something that could counter the Golden Wrench's power. "My lightsaber," Luke said suddenly. "It's reacting to something." The lightsaber, resting on his belt, pulsed with a faint green glow. It was as if it was trying to guide him, calling him towards a hidden power source. Following the lightsaber's lead, they journeyed to the heart of a dying star, a place of immense energy and danger. The closer they got, the brighter the lightsaber glowed until it was almost blinding, and then they found it, a hidden cave, pulsating with raw force energy. Luke stepped into the cave, drawn by an invisible force. He closed his eyes and focused, letting the force flow through him. The lightsaber, as if alive, rose into the air and began to spin. Faster and faster it went, until it was a blur of green light. Then, with a deafening crack, the lightsaber transformed. It was still a lightsaber, but it was different, more powerful. It hummed with ancient energy, ready to face the ultimate evil. News of their return spread like wildfire. Across the galaxy, people rejoiced. The heroes were back. A celebratory feast was held in their honor aboard a repurposed Death Star, now a symbol of peace and unity. Ewoks played cheerful tunes on their flutes. Wookiees roared with laughter as they arm-wrestled. Even the usually grumpy Han Solo cracked a smile. Luke, still grieving Master Yoda's passing, found a small measure of solace in the company of his friends. But amidst the celebration, a strange uneasiness lingered. As Luke raised his glass to toast their fallen comrades, a chilling silence fell over the crowd. A single figure stood at the entrance, bathed in the flashing lights of the dance floor. It was a clown, but not just any clown. This one was tall and menacing, its painted smile more sinister than cheerful. It held a single red balloon in its gloved hand, and as it approached Luke, the balloon seemed to whisper, "Missing something?" The clown's appearance was more than just unsettling. It was a stark reminder of a grim truth. The fight was far from over. Mr. Beast, despite their efforts, was still out there, and he was not working alone. The galaxy had a new threat, a force of chaos lurking in the shadows. The festive music stopped. Laughter died in throats. All eyes were on Luke, waiting for his next move. Just as the tension reached its peak, a calming presence filled the room. Master Yoda, his voice echoing with the wisdom of 1,000 lifetimes, appeared as a shimmering force projection. He had come to impart one final lesson. "A new hope rises, Luke," Yoda rasped, his luminous eyes filled with concern. "But danger still lurks. Train Mario you must. A Jedi he can be, the Force, strong it is with him." And with a final ethereal sigh, Master Yoda vanished, leaving Luke with a heavy heart and a daunting task. Mario, the valiant plumber who had faced countless dangers in his own world, was now tasked with becoming a Jedi Knight. It was an unexpected turn of events, but one that filled Luke with a renewed sense of hope. Mario, with his unwavering optimism and surprising resilience, might just be the key to defeating Mr. Beast and restoring balance to the Force. The training began immediately. Luke, drawing upon his own experiences with Yoda, guided Mario through the ways of the Force. Mario, true to his nature, embraced the challenge with enthusiasm, though his initial attempts at telekinesis often ended with party snacks flying across the room. Despite the setbacks, Luke saw potential in his unconventional Padawan. Mario's connection to the Force was different. It was infused with a playful energy, a spark of joy that reminded Luke of the light that still flickered in the galaxy. The celebration resumed, now tinged with a sense of purpose. The heroes, battered but not broken, stood together, ready to face whatever the future held. Luke, his heart heavy with Yoda's passing, but lifted by Mario's potential, adjusted his lightsaber. Steve, ever resourceful, tinkered with a new gadget, sparks flying from his workbench. Harry, his wand at the ready, scanned the crowd for any sign of the menacing clown. And Bob, back from the brink, stood a little taller, his blaster polished to a shine. The galaxy held its breath. The battle for the Golden Wrench was over, but the war was far from won. Mr. Beast was still out there, his true motives shrouded in mystery, and the arrival of the menacing clown hinted at a larger, more sinister force at play. But for now, at least, there was a glimmer of hope. The heroes were united, a new Jedi was rising, and the Force, as always, moved in mysterious ways. The adventure, it seemed, was just beginning.